Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. I'm super excited to have Chairman Arrington, Chairman Brandon Arrington, Chairman of the Osceola County Commissioners. On the show today, we're going to talk about Ram National Circuit Finals, Rodeo, and the big cattle drive that's going on right in the middle of downtown Kissimmee is all part of the Kickoff week. Very excited to have you on the show. Welcome, Brandon. How are you today?
Wonderful, Ted. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm so excited. It's an honor to have you come on. It's funny because when I brought a lot of people from Osceola, especially where we're talking about rodeo and cattle, and everybody's like, Ted, you don't know anything about it. I know I don't have to. My friends know everything I need to know.
That's right. That's right.
So thank you for being on the show and your patience with the technology issues we had. The audience loves to know a little bit about the guest. So if you can give us a little origin story on you before we take a deep dive into what's going on with all of the activities with the Ram National Circuit Finals, that would be great.
Awesome. Would love to. I'm Brandon Arrington. I was born and raised here in Osceola County. My dad's family moved here in the late 50s for ag. My family's based in public service. My mother was the first female county commissioner here in Osceola County, and now serves as our supervisor of elections. I've now just gotten reelected to my 4th term as your county commissioner. And then in my day job, I'm also the executive director of Osceola Arts, our local art agency here in Osceola County, where we open the show Pippin on Friday night. So
Amazing.
If you don't get a chance to make it to the rodeo, you can slide just a mile down the road and catch a show and a great exhibit in our gallery as well. And then I'm also married to our wonderful state representative, Kristen Arrington, who represents District 43 in Kissimmee in Tallahassee for us. So we're married for a long time, got 2 dogs, no kids, and enjoy living here in Kissimmee and Osceola County, enjoying the lakes and all the natural resources we have.
It looks so beautiful back there. I was telling Brandon that before we went live, that lake looks so relaxing. That's what you want to see in the afternoon, especially with that beautiful sun going on.
It can be a challenge working from home from time to time. I will have to be honest with you. So,
of course, that's the thing. The working from home, or doing these shows from other places. I feel like I'm constantly distracted by the beauty of what's going on outside where I want to be, instead of inside where I'm working.
That's for sure. That's the beauty of Central Florida and the great weather.
It's the beauty
we have here. That's for sure.
All right. So tell us a little bit. Like I want to dissect this a little bit. Tell us a little bit about the Osceola County Commissioners. I think for people who don't know, we have a lot of viewers that are outside of the Osceola County area. So maybe tell them a little bit about what that means and what exactly that entails.
Sure.
You being the chairman and you being a commissioner.
Wonderful. I'm being a county commissioner. I'm one of 5 county commissioners here in Osceola County, and we represent a community of about 400,000 people. We are the local branch of your government. We provide your services from your police, your sheriff, your fire department, your roads, your animal services, your jail, a myriad of services we provide with about a $1.6 billion budget annually. So also we have a huge focus here in Osceola County in our community specifically, working and trying to upskill our employees and really trying to raise the wage opportunities here in our community. And so we made a huge investment in Neo City, which is a high-tech sensor park that we have built just across from where the rodeo actually takes place. And so we're working on creating the next technology and nanotechnology and moving sensor technology forward for not only Central Florida marketplace, but really for the United States and working with the Department of Defense in doing that as well.
I think people, Osceola County, you think of Disney right away, or you think of cows and horses, you think of cattle, but there's so much that goes on. I feel like it's such a cool dichotomy for you to be a commissioner, then also talking about the rodeo and still involved in the arts. I mean, that is a broad spectrum of interests and leadership. So talk a little bit about the arts part before we take a deep dive into the rodeo.
Sure, I'd be glad to. I got my degree actually as a BFA in theater performance from Auburn University, and I spent my 20s doing independent films, theater, studied Second City in Chicago for a little while, and even performed and studied out at Improv Olympic West out in LA. And then before I ended up coming back home and getting married to my wife and kind of staying here in the community. I've been working with Osceola Arts now as their executive director for 7 years. We do a wide range of products and opportunities in arts. For instance, like I said, we're opening Pippin this Friday night, and that's a community theater. But I would like to think our quality is a little better than what people think of community theater. We've got a lot of professional performers that perform in our theme parks and throughout Central Florida who will participate in our shows. We also showcase local and state of Florida artists in our 4 galleries and also in art and public places throughout the county. And a program that we're really excited that we were actually entering our 3rd year of is a Murals program that we partner with the city of Kissimmee, where we're trying to bring contemporary art into the community on the walls, trying to create some vibrancy and some placemaking opportunities. We've got a Sunrail station right there, which is a commuter rail line that connects you to downtown Orlando, Winter Park, and up to 51 miles north of us. And so we want to try and make using art to try and create some vibrancy and want to actually draw people into our community. We also have a youth strings orchestra that we took to Kenya 2 years ago, and we performed 7 concerts in Kenya and throughout the upcountry. And it was just kind of an amazing experience to be able to take our artists and classical music to places that had obviously never seen anyone play before. So that's a little bit what we do at the arts. And then obviously being a county commissioner, we've got experience with everything. And being someone who grew up here in Osceola County, I grew up selling watermelons on the corner of John Young and Main Street, which are kind of 2 major roads now. But I'm well versed in ag. That's both my grandparents come from the ag community, so I have a fondness and a connection to it. And the rodeo I would tell you, is a huge connection to our community.
It's huge for Osceola. So let's take a deep dive. I love it. What does RAM stand for?
RAM, National Circuit Finals Rodeo. RAM is the sponsor of the circuit, and there's 13 circuit events throughout the nation throughout the year. And what we do is we put on the final event for those circuits, where we have over 200 contestants competing for over $1 million in cash and prizes.
Wow.
You'd be amazed at some of the saddles these folks win when they're able to accomplish and win on that last day of competition. And so we have the best of the best competing in 7 different categories right here in Osceola County. And I would tell you, even if you're not a huge fan of rodeo, come out and see it. The production value and quality is amazing. And this is coming from someone who is in production. It's a really well-tuned program they put together. And you're getting to see the best in the world compete against the best in the world right here in your community.
How does it work for people who want to buy tickets? And I've put the website. We had a few people already asked that, so I want to just address it before more people do. It's rncfr.com. I think Kathy, thank you, Kathy, by the way. Huge shout out to Kathy Pearson for the intro and the help with scheduling this. rncfr.com is where you can find all the information about times and locations and tickets, correct?
Yes, sir. You go to the website just like everybody else nowadays, and you can find out all the information and purchase tickets. I have heard that sales are going better than the last couple of years.
It's brisk.
So, which is wonderful to hear. But also, I would tell you probably can pick up some at the door, but I would definitely tell you go online first. There's a lot of different nights happening, a lot of fun events. And so find which day and which category works best for you and come out and check out some of the top performers once again.
So I have to ask, I'm trying to envision this. Part of the description was talking about the downtown Kissimmee cattle drive. So if you will kind of enlighten us and tell us what that's all about, I think that's fascinating.
Sure, it is. I'll be honest with you. It's an amazing event. We've been doing this now for the past 6 years. And what we did just yesterday is drove about 50 head of cattle from the courthouse complex through downtown Kissimmee. So we closed down Main Street. We lined it up with some barricades so folks can come out and watch. We have some real cowboys come out and help us elected officials drive the cattle through downtown, just like they used to do back in the old days. And one of the neat things about it is for instance, when we kick off the cattle drive, we have a pen of cattle sitting on the lawn of the courthouse square. And this actually harks back to the old day when that was a standard. When folks with cattle would wander off and they would be found stray, they would bring them to the courthouse, put them in the pen, and when you would be able to stop by the courthouse and pick your cattle back up and take it home. So this is back in the good cattle days of years gone. But so we start with that semblance, and then we work them through downtown. And in some years it is smooth operation. Other years not so much. About 2 years ago, we had a couple cattle break loose from the herd and shoot down some side streets and into a parking garage. Fortunately, we were able to work them and get them back into the herd and drive them through downtown. We've never had any terrible instances or anybody getting hurt. But I keep telling our staff, I said, I'm just waiting for one to shoot into a store with somebody being videotaping it as it happens so we can go viral.
It's going to happen.
But it's still a possibility.
I love that. All right. Tell me about what it's like, and obviously the website and rncfr.com.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what it's like to wear all of those hats in an area that you grew up in. You've got public service, you've got the arts, and you've got the rodeo. Is it difficult for you to switch hats? Is it all encompassing? And since you know the county and you grew up there and you understand what's going on, it's easier. What's that like for you?
I'll be honest with you, it's an honor and it's a privilege. This is my community. This is where I was born and raised. My family's been here since the 50s. And I would tell you, we have a deep interest in public service. So for me, be able to engage and create opportunities, whether it's in the arts, whether it's bringing like the rodeo to our community, which helps create jobs and bring investment to our community, anything we can do to move our area in Osceola County forward is what I like to participate in. Besides those, like I said, we're really focused also on trying to become a high-tech community as well. So we can embrace our tourism, our agricultural history, but also with an eye towards the future of occupations and careers for our citizens. It's something I really take an honor in, I'll be honest with you. And it's great to be in a community that has so much growth and opportunity happening right now. We are one of the fastest growing communities in the nation, and we're also one of the most diverse areas. I would tell you, if you've ever had a chance to come to our community, you would know that almost every nationality you can think of is represented here in Osceola County. And I think that's a great thing. I think our diversity really sets us apart and allows us to be able to promote nanotechnology, or rodeo, and arts all in one day. You know what I mean? I think that speaks for itself.
I agree. I love Osceola County. I do a lot of business there. I joke with my friends that you need a passport to get out to St. Cloud, but I mean that in a loving way. I have experienced a lot of the restaurants and like Breeze, for example, and all of the places that are being built up. And I want people to think of Osceola County not just as Disney, but as a thriving community. And the diversity is so important. What I love most about going to Osceola County is that there's a friendliness level that you don't necessarily find in Orange County. Don't be mad at me, Orange County, but there's an added value of this wonderful charm and very down to earth and very engaging and embracing. And so I love Osceola County. My friends are probably going, you finally said something positive. I love Osceola County. I think
we appreciate it. We are a great community, and we're very excited by it. I would tell you most folks are. And yes, we've got growing pains like a lot of communities.
We all do.
But our future is really bright. And you did hit, Ted, you hit on a good note about coming to our community. The ecotourism here in Osceola County is top notch. And I would really tell people to come down and check out some of our areas. We're really trying to expand some of our trail network as well, to be able to connect our lakes. And it's a lot of great natural scenery. So I really appreciate you bringing that up.
So tell us when we start. We obviously had the cattle drive. What's next? When does everything kick off?
April 8th, 9th, and 10th is when we kick everything off. On a Thursday night specifically, we've got it's Healthcare for Heroes. We're going to be commemorating and celebrating all of our healthcare folks on Thursday night. Friday night, we'll be honoring our military as well. We've got a Saturday is Family Day during the day, and Saturday night is Pink Heels Night, where we're going to be raising money for our cancer folks here in Osceola County. So all of them will be great days to come out and check it out. But please pick a good date that works for you and come out and experience the rodeo here in Osceola County.
Absolutely amazing what you're doing. thank you so much for taking time out and going through. I had forgotten about the arts part. Kathy had reminded me, so kudos to you, Kathy. But I love the fact that you touch so many different arenas in your world. It's not one or the other. You've got public service, you've got rodeo, you've got the arts. Kudos to you.
No, thanks,
Chairman.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate what you do. Y'all reach out. rncfr.com is where you can find out all the information about the rodeo. It kicks off April 8th, which is this week, 2 days from now. I love the fact that you have a Pink Heels event. The creativity that you guys have put into what you do, especially with this Rodeo's final, is really amazing. I just think it's awesome. It's community oriented and community driven, and it encourages all people to come out. So kudos to you. Thank you so much for being on the show. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ted. I appreciate it. And just a reminder to folks, if for no other reason to come, it's a good reason to put your boots on. I know people are always looking for reasons for boots. So get your boots out and come on down to Osceola County and have a great time at the rodeo.
Fantastic. Thank you, Chairman Arrington. You guys reach out, rncfr.com. You can reach me or Brandon or anybody, Kathy too. She's been on the show watching. We will get you in touch. Go out and support our community. It's such a great thing. We're all dying to get out. We're all trying to do it in a compliant way. And so why not go out and support our local rodeo, which has always been a big deal here in Central Florida. Thank you so much, Brandon. I appreciate you. We'll see you guys later.
Thanks so much for the time. Hope to see you guys at the rodeo.
Bye, everybody. April 8th.